Hey guys, it's that Dividend guy coming at you with another Robinhood portfolio update. Today's going to be a little different. I bought some more shares. So our portfolio value is at $34,662.57. And the reason for that is because I went ahead and bought 21 shares of Kroger stock. So let me go into why I love Kroger. The metrics are phenomenal. So their yield is pretty low at about 2%, 1.96, 1.916, which of course Robinhood's stuff's always off a little bit. So let's say it's around 1.9%. So 1.9% yield really drove me away from the stock originally. But the reason that I decided against, or for buying it and against my original thesis on the stock was because I watched a video by Dividend Data, who is my favorite YouTuber because he does such great deep dives on stocks like that, like Kroger. He did a few that I've watched every update that he's done. He did Microsoft, he's done Apple, he's done Pepsi, he's done Coca-Cola. He does a phenomenal job on his videos. And his newest one was Kroger, and I was actually really excited about it because I've done research on Kroger. It's been on and off the watch list for a while, and I really enjoy their business. It's groceries. Everybody's going to need them. But the reason I like them is because they actually were one of the first companies to really start innovating in the grocery store space. They're the first one to use barcodes, to have a big membership program, to have parking lots. He goes over all this in the video. But the reason I like them is because they have increased competition. So they were kind of the first show in the game when it comes to big grocery stores. So they did all the innovations, and then Walmart and Costco kind of copied their formula and did something different with it. So that actually bodes well for investors because they've actually lost that kind of the blessing from investors. People are leaving Kroger stock, which is really good because that gives people, smaller investors like myself and other viewers, an opportunity to buy a phenomenal company. Let me tell you why they're so phenomenal. So their payout ratio is below 30%, which is very healthy. Usually, like the Dividend Diplomat's stock screener says, like 50 to 60% or 40 to 60%. So they have a basement level payout ratio, which is phenomenal. The yield is low, which is the original reason why I didn't want to buy the stock. But they have 18 years of dividend growth at a 12% 5-year CAGR. So they've been growing at double digits. So even though the yield is small, they've been growing the dividend very aggressively and consistently, and profits are growing at a rate that they can continue to do this, and they can continue raising the dividend at that rate because of those profits. And the reason that I love Kroger so much is because the innovation. So in my opinion, which you guys don't have to agree, that's fine, but they're kind of an Amazon mixed with Tesla mixed with groceries. Dividend Data goes into this deep into his video, and this is why I really wanted to buy Kroger as quickly as I did after watching the video. So they have dairy plants, they have grocery plants, and they have fulfillment centers. And in those fulfillment centers, they actually have robots that go through and figure out the orders and do them instead of humans. So there's an advantage there because they don't have to pay as many employees. And on top of that, they also have workings of they're investing in more plants, and through their membership program they actually bought another company for $55 million that drops off groceries. So what they've been doing is they are using autonomous driving already to drop off people's groceries in their membership program. They're called Kroger Households. So they use the robots to fill the orders at the fulfillment center. Then they use an autonomous vehicle to drop that off to customers. And like I said, in my opinion, that sounds to me like a mixture of Amazon with the fulfillment centers and the robotics. And Tesla has autonomous driving, but they're using it in their business model flawlessly. And the thing is, the reason that I love Kroger so much is, one, because of the innovation, And because they have plenty of money to do this, they're not low on cash. They have plenty of cash on the balance sheet. They're generating cash flow like crazy, so they can afford to do these big advancements. And it doesn't hurt their business. So that's why I love Kroger. They literally, as a stock, they fill every metric possible. And they're innovating in ways that I don't see other grocers doing, which is really important. And the reason I love all this coming together is because, according to the graphs that I've done research on and the dividend data video, people are actually falling out of love with Kroger because they feel like they are behind, and they are, compared to Walmart and Amazon. And that's a good thing. Keep in mind, guys, when there's bad press or bad news, that's a dividend investor's dream. So they realize that they haven't been innovative enough, and now they're innovating like crazy, and that's exactly what they should be doing. They have to compete with these big box retailers that are known world round and bigger than them because they allowed them to take their market share. So that's making investors flee the stock, which means a dividend investor like myself, has an opportunity to buy a phenomenal company, a greatly run company that keeps being profitable, that's innovating, and that has the cash to do it. They're not going under. They're not sacrificing anything to innovate, which is phenomenal. So, in my opinion, Kroger is like a grocer that has the potential, that has implemented ideas from Amazon and Tesla, and I think over time that will allow them to really get market share back from some of those big box retailers. I haven't heard of Costco or Walmart doing autonomous driving. Using robots, yes, Amazon does, but using autonomous vehicles to deliver groceries and robots to do in fulfillment centers to fill orders for grocery stores, that is phenomenal. I think that's 100% going to be the future. I just didn't realize we were so close to it. So yeah, guys, I bought 21 shares of Kroger, which should add about $4 of passive income to my income next month. And I know that I did say I wanted to use AbbVie's dividend to buy Kroger, but I can't do that because if we take a look at it real quick, I just want to explain it because a couple people asked me about it already. So AbbVie pays its dividend on the 14th. Well, Kroger's X date is the 13th of this month, which means that you need, this is a good lesson for some people if they don't know. So when you buy a dividend stock, you need to own it the day before the X date. So the X date is the date that they lock it in that say you're a shareholder. Then there's a record date that says you still own the stock, you can get the dividend. But you need to own it before the X date. So if the X date for Kroger is on the 13th, I'd need to buy it on the 12th. Well, the dividend from AbbVie, as we just saw, is on the 14th. So I'm going to get paid 2 days late. In order for me to use AbbVie's dividend to add to this position, I'd have to get it on the 10th or the 11th, which it's not going to happen. This is exactly what happened when I got paid by Altria and I wanted to buy AT&T stock. AT&T had an X date 2 days before Altria paid a dividend, so I couldn't reallocate that capital. But I will go ahead and check all the other stocks that I own. If any of them have a dividend or an X date that's after the dividend of being paid by AbbVie, I will go ahead and allocate it at that stock, so my dividend income goes up a little bit more. So yeah, guys, I'm super excited to be a shareholder, and looking forward to the dividends coming in. I think this is going to be a monster growth grower for the portfolio. I really do. I love the business model. It's easy to understand. It's within my circle of competence. The metrics really do check out. They're innovating in a way that isn't putting them underwater, and I think that will really help them gain market share. This is literally a dividend investor's dream stock. So with that being said, guys, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching, and I want to thank Dividend Data as well. Thank you for the deep dives that you do. I doubt you watch my videos, but just a shout out I think is needed. He does phenomenal videos. Like, if you're iffy on getting into the stock market and you watch my videos, go watch his. He will make you feel so much better about investing in the stock market. I know a lot of people are afraid to just jump in, but his deep dives on some of the companies like Coca-Cola, Microsoft, Pepsi. He did one on Chevron, on ExxonMobil, and he just did a new one on Kroger like a few days ago. It's phenomenal. Like I said, I've had Kroger on the watch list for quite some time, and just the research, the amount of research and deep dive that he did on the history of the company, the facilities that they have, the amount of investing that they've done, the company that they just bought, and the robotics and the autonomous driving really like hit the nail on the head for me. Like I said, the metrics work out phenomenal. They're innovating. They're a great dividend grower, and they have the money to do big acquisitions and not hurt their business. So it's really a phenomenal company. So thank you, Dividend Data, for bringing this to my attention. Like I said, guys, if you have not gone and subscribed to him, go to that. He's phenomenal. He's my favorite person or YouTuber in this space because he's so good at what he does. So with that being said, thank you, Dividend Data, and thank you guys so much for watching my channel, That Dividend Guy. I'm happy to have 21 shares of this phenomenal growth stock in my, dividend growth stock in my portfolio. I think allocating more capital to this position is going to be very beneficial in the future. So, with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember to hit the subscribe button, and when you do, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any updates. Happy that I added to the portfolio today. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys tomorrow.